The ceasefire was being proposed for quite some time because, from all the evidence, it would automatically suggest that the Americans were looking for an off ramp. On the other hand, Iran was being battered so badly that even they could do with a ceasefire, but they didn't just want a brief pause, which might then result in another resumption soon enough. Iran and Israel would probably be on the war path for some time, but right now all the sides would require a pause in order to regroup and recoup. And it would seem that it has not been the advice of the strategic community in the United States that the states should involve itself in this particular war. So now that Trump has climbed down, one hopes that this ceasefire would prove a little enduring. The idea of regime change has been completely discarded. So it would look like the things are going to settle down between the Americans and the Iranians. Israel, however, is quite another matter. Israel would want to keep pushing in Lebanon. It would want to push the Hezbollah beyond the point where it will cease to be of any use anywhere. And if Iran begins to bounce back, Israel would keep on, as it calls, mowing the lawn. So we are not out of the woods yet in terms of conflict in the region, but it looks like America wants off for the time being. Let's hope that holds. America and Iran have had quite a lot of bad blood. It is very unlikely that it would result in a new dawn of hope readily. But, well, if both sides play their cards right, then there is always a possibility of kind of healing. First, they would both need confidence building measures. America has time and again, on having embarked on negotiations, broken back into a conflict. So, Iran needs to be convinced that America means to seriously stick to the path of peace for the time being. And America also is not in a position where it can continue to fight a country like Iran. It's not Venezuela. There is not going to be a walkover. So it's very unlikely that America would want to get back to the path immediately, but the level of trust that both have towards each other is pretty small. So, in order to build trust on both sides, I suppose you should have some confidence building measures, or CBMs as we call them. So we are on the off ramp, but further conflict cannot be ruled out altogether because it's a deep ocean of mistrust, you might say.
This is at present not a full-fledged understanding. What has happened that there is a 14-day de-escalation, and there are a lot of
Yes,
issues that remain to be resolved. In this situation, both sides, USA and Israel on one side and Iran on the other side, will make contradictory claims. So I think bottom line is to see what really happens on the ground. There is this announcement by the Security Council of Iran that if attacks on Iran they will stop taking what they call defensive measures, that they will stop attacking Israel and the neighboring Gulf states. That's one. Second point is, again, that is also going to be matter of contention. What is the nature of understanding reached on management of Hormuz Strait? While Iran has agreed to allow resumption of commercial shipping through Hormuz Strait, statement it has issued indicates that this will be done under sort of aegis of military authorities of Iran, and also subject to certain technical conditions which have not been spelled out so far. So let's see how it happens. What we have today is a window of opportunity where USA in particular is pulling back from brink it had created on its own with President Trump's ultimatum that if Israel doesn't open Strait of Hormuz, there'll be end of civilization, Iranian civilization. I think we have stepped back from that, but let's see how understandings which have been announced uh, from two sides. There's no joint understanding at present are implemented. It's Pakistan which has been, sort of playing the middleman's role, relaying messages back and forth, and the announcement which has come from Iran profusely thanks Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif as also Field Marshal Munir for their role. Separately, President Trump has also given some credit to China for encouraging Iran to move towards, ceasefire and also, reopening of Hormuz. So its situation is at present still naturally ambiguous, but there is a clear window opportunity.